Marco Aurelius argues that nowhere we can visit is there such deep peace and a sense of complete freedom as within the core of our own soul. It's an invitation to turn inward in search of guidance before facing the upcoming challenges. Marco Aurelius, the notable Roman emperor who ruled from 161 to 180 AD, is acclaimed as the last of a series of 5 remarkable emperors. During his reign, he left the world a series of personal writings titled Meditations, in which he repeatedly emphasized the importance of achieving serenity and a tranquil mind in everyday life. It emphasizes the need to reserve moments for self-isolation, and thanks to the records that have come down to us, we have a considerable understanding of how he filled his nights. In this presentation, we will explore 5 activities that Marco Aurelius possibly undertook during the night or at dusk, and how we can adapt this routine to contemporary life. Let's embark on this journey. As you watch, recognize yourself as a dissonant voice in the crowd, an individual unique unto yourself. Embrace this condition and do not shy away from investigating every facet. I thank you for your dedication. Now, let's engage in the practice. Practice 1. Abstain from external stimuli. Marco Aurelius emphasizes his ability to isolate himself as desired. While he is most remembered for his philosophy of living each day as if it were the last, he also stressed the importance of retreating into one's own mind, aiming for renewal. This served as a means of freeing oneself from the burden of stress and negative feelings, finding value in contemplation. Nowadays, we are constantly bombarded by external influences, especially when interacting with others in technology to meet the demands of modern society. We are overwhelmed with tasks, commitments, meetings, and goals, and this overload often results in an imbalance between work and personal life, bringing us back home exhausted, overwhelmed, and anxious. Our nighttime habits often involve updating social networks, watching television, or attempting to relax, but in this process, we lose our sense of freedom and serenity. Even as we strive to find a sense of accomplishment, it is crucial to set aside moments to disconnect from the external world and dive inward, creating a space for introspection and peace. Therefore, it is of utmost importance to learn from Marco Aurelius' philosophy and apply it. Stimuli in organizing our thoughts are crucial elements. Therefore, your nighttime routine should be a dedicated time for yourself, which would likely involve eliminating many of the usual nighttime activities and replacing them with new practices that aid in disconnection and focusing your attention inward. This may involve, for example, turning off electronic devices at least 30 minutes before bedtime and seeking serenity. It can be as simple as dedicating 5 minutes to guided meditation, doing a body scan, or practicing exercises. Mindfulness meditation is highly effective in calming a restless mind and tuning into the physical body, offering an inner journey that can be incorporated into your nighttime routine with immense benefit. This practice is known to reduce anxiety and promote inner peace. Despite spending hours watching TV shows, playing video games, socializing with friends, or browsing social media may seem like personal time, these activities can actually be distracting from the goal of achieving serenity. Sleep, as crucial as it is, often is not enough for full restoration after a day filled with activities. Therefore, a truly relaxing nighttime routine involves activities that allow the mind to rest. Practice 2. The second practice to consider is physical activity. Marco Aurelius stated that it is regrettable to see an elderly individual who does not recognize the beauty and strength of their own body. Even living nearly 2 millennia ago, Marco Aurelius understood the importance of physical exercise. He argued that a healthy mind cannot flourish without a healthy body. The Stoics recognized that even a simple exercise routine could cultivate virtues essential to life, such as perseverance, self-development, discipline, overcoming challenges, and building self-confidence. They value the development of these internal skills more than the pursuit of external approval. Despite contemporary media influences, the Stoic belief at the time was that the pursuit of the perfect body for display alone does not lead to true happiness. Many of us make excuses to avoid exercise, such as claims of exhaustion, future commitments, or work-related stress. However, we should not underestimate the importance of exercise in our routine. Any form of physical activity, whether playing sports or going to the gym, brings benefits to mental and physical health. This is because exercise releases endorphins, mood-enhancing substances that reduce stress. Even a nighttime walk can be incorporated to calm the mind and appreciate nature. A historical practice involves the review of the day, as taught by Marco Aurelius, expanding the mind by systematically investigating what is under our control. The Stoics viewed morning and evening reflection as essential for daily preparation and evaluation. Keeping a journal in the morning and reviewing the day's events at night are methods to achieve personal clarity. This review helps align actions with the pursuit of self-awareness and wisdom. The review is likened by the Stoics to an inner court, where the day is judged, and past experiences are analyzed to make wiser decisions in the future. This allows for personal growth. For example, it may involve reflecting on how to deal with adversities, how a particular mood affected your day, and how you could approach situations differently. The time dedicated to evening review is crucial for a purposeful life. Practice 3. Review the day. As Marco Aurelius teaches us, nothing has the power to expand our minds as systematically and meticulously investigating everything that has happened in our lives. The Stoics argued that the two most appropriate times for this reflection were in the morning, to prepare for the day ahead, and at night, to review the day that has passed. Keeping a journal in the morning, recording your thoughts, and reviewing the day at night were essential practices for achieving personal clarity. Marco Aurelius applied this approach when writing his meditations, seeking to review his daily life and thoughts to gain self-knowledge. He kept a watchful eye on his daily actions and choices. The Stoics emphasized the importance of being aware of one's own actions and setting aside time at the end of each day to review them, a way to become more conscious. In general terms, the Stoics called this type of attention a focus aimed at bringing self-awareness to their actions and checking if they were in line with their higher self. Sometimes, they compared this daily reflection to presenting a case to a tribunal, where the day is remembered and judged through self-analysis of actions and decisions made. This practice should not be an exercise in self-criticism, but rather a compassionate review that will guide you to make better decisions in the future. You can incorporate this daily review into your nighttime routine by taking some time before bed to recall the day that has passed, reviewing every moment from the moment you woke up until the present moment. Meditate on the different choices and actions you made. Acknowledge what you did well today, the emotions you experienced, the parts of the day that brought discomfort, and how you can learn from the day's experiences. Reflect also on what you were unable to accomplish and what you would like to achieve in the future. Practice 4. Contemplate your inner wisdom. As Marco Aurelius states, just as reading and the sum and writing of a master calls us, life even more requires a guide of truths. A sage is someone recognized for their extensive experience and wisdom, admired for their discernment. The Stoics, following this philosophy, set aside time to reflect on their ideals of virtue and whether their own actions were in line with those of virtue. For Marco Aurelius, his reference analyses were Zenon of Citium, the founder of Stoic philosophy, and he often questioned himself, what would Zenon do? Contemplation of truth should be an essential part of your nighttime routine, a time when you review your day or the person you are becoming and ask yourself what your role model would do in similar situations. Your role model can be someone you know personally or an idealized representation. Having a clear definition of this figure is crucial so that you can assess whether your actions align with this model. As part of your nighttime routine, take a few minutes to record your role model and question whether your actions were congruent with this image. How can you improve your actions the next day so that your life is more in line with this model? Which qualities of your role model were you able to incorporate today? Allocating a few minutes at night to reflect on the situations you experienced during the day and whether your reactions would be in line with what your role model would do can increase your awareness of the choices you will make in the future, contributing to your personal growth. Practice 5. Adopt a higher perspective. In the words of Marco Aurelius, it is vital to consider the complete substance of which you are a tiny part and the total time to which you have been allotted, which is ephemeral in the grand scheme of things. He encouraged us to contemplate life from the perspective of the cosmos, to have an elevated view. This means adopting a broader view of your life, observing yourself and your day as if you were looking from the outside, as a neutral observer, removing personal emotions and anxieties. Marco Aurelius often practiced this technique in his evenings, reflecting on his life as part of a cosmic whole to gain a deeper understanding. In the contemporary world, we are constantly bombarded by distractions. When we leave home, we are bombarded by ads and news. When we are not working or with our family, we are immersed in our electronic devices. This information overload makes it difficult for us to find time for reflection and introspection. Apps, games, videos, and TV shows often monopolize our attention, making it difficult to deal with our problems, anxieties, and commitments. To address this reality, the historical exercise of adopting a higher perspective can be a useful tool to alleviate the weight of our problems, allowing us to look at life from the outside in. Set aside quiet time in the evening to observe your immediate surroundings, your body, your home, and the people you live with. Begin to consider your feelings, your relationships, and the concerns that permeate your life. These 5 practices, rooted in the philosophy of Marco Aurelius, have the power to transform your nighttime routine into a meaningful and balanced moment, enriching your life with introspection, serenity, and personal growth. By adopting these principles, you are following a path that honors the wisdom of the Stoics, incorporating the teachings of Marco Aurelius into your daily life. Let these practices inspire your journey toward a calmer mind, a clearer view of yourself, and the ability to face life's challenges with wisdom and serenity. Remember that transformation does not happen overnight, but with persistence and dedication to these practices, you are cultivating an inner space of growth and authenticity that will enrich your life in lasting ways. So continue to explore these principles, adapt them as needed, and allow them to guide your journey toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Thank you for following along. Want to learn more about Stoicism? Just click on the pinned comment link and enjoy the exclusive content. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.